how's it going? Welcome back to Same Kitchen. I'm just a home cook who's passionate about sustainability and save money by making things at home, and hopefully by following along my YouTube journey I can help you save some money in your own kitchen as well. This week's recipe, we're making something quite simple. In our previous videos we explored how to make soy milk at home, and I thought it might be a good idea to look into how to make oat milk. Oat milk has gained its popularity in the recent years. It's commonly used at cafes to make coffee and whatnot. It's more sustainable compared to almond milk. The amount of water that's been used to grow oat is significantly lower than almond. I looked into the oat milk that's been used at my local cafes, and the ingredients are super minimum. It's literally oat, water, some fat, salt, and some sugar. And these ingredients are all easily accessible at home, so I thought, why not try to make that at home? So yeah, did some experimenting, and it's literally one of the easiest plant-based milk that you can make at home. And the cost, it's super low. A bottle of oat milk from a supermarket like that, it's about $5 for 1 litre. And a bag of oat like that is $1.80. So something just don't add up, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it and show you guys how to make it and save everyone some money. So today's recipe, and yeah, let's get cooking.
Welcome back. This week we're going to make some oat milk. First thing off the bat is some rolled oats, some water. A good tip when it comes to making oat milk is to use cold water. Heat tends to thicken up oats and make it slimy very easily, so either use chilled water or blending with some ice will help avoid this from happening. We'll need some salt, serving as a flavour booster, some neutral tasting oil to give the oat milk a more silky kind of texture. Optionally, you can add some sugar or a couple of dates to sweeten the oat milk. We'll put these aside for now. In terms of equipment, we'll need some tools to help strain the oats. If you're fancy and have a nut bag, feel free to use that. In this recipe, I'm going to be using my almighty pillowcase. Next thing is a strainer or a colander to filter out the chunkier bits before it hits the pillowcase. Oats have a tendency to thicken up in water, so it can get a bit tricky if we only use a pillowcase to do the job. Last but not the least, we'll need a blender to blitz everything up. As always, we'll be working off by grammage like a civilized human being, rather than using cups, teaspoons, stones, and poop. Weigh 100 grams of oats for 1 litre of oat milk. This step is optional. I like to toast the oats a bit to give it some more nutty, toasty flavour. If you like it more neutral tasting, feel free to skip this step. Put it on the stove for about 3 to 5 minutes, or until it puts on a light brown colour. Make sure you stir it occasionally so they don't get burnt. Once it's so toasted, or not, add it to the blender and oopsies. Add it to the blender, and next we want to add 1 litre of cold water to the blender. ASMR anyone? Next, I add about 5 grams of sugar and 2 grams of salt just to season the oat milk a tiny bit. You can substitute sugar with honey or dates. Put the blender on high, and you'll only need to blitz it for about 10 to 15 seconds. The longer you go for, the more heat the blender will introduce to your oat milk and turn it into a porridge. While it's blending, add about 10 to 15 ml of neutral tasting oil. This step is to emulsify the oat milk and give it a luxurious silky texture. Without the added fat, your oat milk will turn out quite watery. Once it's all blended up, grab a big bowl and line your nut bag or pillowcase in the bowl. Put your strainer in and pour your oat milk through. Lift your strainer up and put it aside for now. Start twisting the pillowcase from top to the bottom, so we are squeezing out all of the milk that's absorbed by the bag. Because oats tend to thicken up when encountered with water and heat and block up all of the pores in the pillowcase, this step can take a little bit of effort if you blend it for too long or just using room temperature water. Once you milked all of the liquid out, you'll be left with some bits of oat. This is totally edible, so please don't throw it away. Add it to pancakes, cookies, or bread dough for some extra nutty flavour. Grab the container you got handy and bottle up your oat milk, and that's it. The entire process should take less than 5 minutes. It's that simple. The oat milk made this way is perfect for iced lattes. The toastiness of the milk complements coffee really well. Ice cubes in, coffee in, and top it up with some freshly made oat milk. The cost breakdown is as below. 100 grams of oats at $2 a kilo is 20 cents. 10 ml of sunflower oil at 24 cents per 100 ml is 2.4 cents. 5 grams of sugar and 2 grams of salt, let's say 1 cent. Altogether, 1 litre of oat milk costs about 22.5 cents to make at home. 1 bottle of oat milk at supermarket is about $5. Just let that sink in for a second. That's 22 times difference.
Alright, there we have it. From this to this in literally 5 minutes. It's so easy to make. A plum-based iced latte doesn't need to cost a fortune. Do this at home. I make oat milk whenever I don't feel like buying milk, and I just whip it up in 5 minutes. So simple, and it stays in the fridge for 5 days. The texture is actually really nice. Works really well with coffee. Unfortunately, it doesn't heat up very well. It gets really thick, but hey, if you enjoy an iced coffee or even just use it for cereal, it's perfect. It's delicious, perfect for summer. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. I try to push out a recipe video once a week. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.